I love sinking dozens, if not hundreds of hours into games. More specifically, I love syncing this time across multiple playthroughs, allowing for different builds and different playstyles. While there are tons of AAA masterpieces that allow for this, not all obsessions have to break the bank. With that being said, hey, I'm Ray, and today I want to share a list of 6 cheap indie games that are worth multiple playthroughs. This list is by no means meant to be comprehensive or a best of list, but each game on this list does 2 things. It costs under $20 on Steam without a sale, and it's a game that I've put a decent chunk of time into, at least 20 hours apiece, and could see you getting anywhere from dozens to hundreds or even thousands of hours. Some of these are pretty well known, others more niche. If any of them catch your eye and pique your interest, I've put links to each of the games in the description. Using the links there supports the channel and doesn't cost you anything extra. With that out of the way, in no particular order, here are the 6 cheap indie games that I've played many times. Right away, we have something of a classic. The original Mountain Blade, released back in 2008, and the Warband update in 2010. I'd be lying to you if I said that this game wasn't showing its age a little bit. That being said, just because the game looks a little rough and might have not the smoothest controls or animation, doesn't mean that it's not worth sinking hundreds of hours into. You are given free reign to roam around the country, build an army, while making a name for yourself. Compared to its more expensive sequel, Warband actually offers deeper and more immersive roleplay experiences. And if old mechanics and graphics aren't your style, there are tons of mods available to fix any problem that you can run into at this game. Seriously, there are tons of mods. Next up, I actually have 2 games, so I guess that makes this a list of 7 games, but my previous list was 6, so we're doing 6. But anyway, next up we have Salt and Sanctuary and Salt and Sacrifice. Both are 2D action games with fun and difficult combat and high degrees of customizability. Salt and Sanctuary is a 2D Souls-like and definitely the more popular of the two. Its unique identity comes heavily from the many features of the titular sanctuaries within the game. On the other hand, we have Salt and Sacrifice, a much more divisive sequel, and it's not just more Salt and Sanctuary. Instead of heavy Dark Souls influences, Salt and Sacrifice sees you fighting the same boss multiple times as you grind for materials to make better equipment, to get you stronger, to take on more fights, and so on. Think Monster Hunter style. While more divisive, I personally really like Salt and Sacrifice, and have played it a couple times since reviewing it late last year, but at the end of the day, I would recommend either one of these games. Next, we have For the King, a deceptively simple roguelike in which you are given a simple quest: save the kingdom. You set out from a town in a procedurally generated world and guide your 3 heroes to victory, or more than likely, death. Do you split the party and cover ground quickly, or stay together and combine your strength in fights? Just about everything in For the King is a dice roll. Replay comes not only from the fun systems and random builds, but there are plenty of campaigns that have been added to the base game, and even more in DLC form. This is also a great game to play with friends, each taking control of one of their own heroes. If you end up loving For the King, there's even a sequel, but it isn't on this list for 2 reasons. 1, it's over $20, and 2, I haven't played it personally and don't want to blindly recommend it. Besides, I still find myself coming back to this one, so I haven't gotten the sequel yet. Next, we have Moonlighter. This is an action roguelike that sees you not only as an adventurer, but as a shopkeeper. During the day, you run your shop, set your prices, and try to make the best profit you can. You use those profits to prepare yourself to dive into the town's mysterious dungeons for loot, which you can sell the next day to make a profit, to upgrade your gear, and the cycle repeats. Something I love about Moonlighters is that each run doesn't necessarily go until you are defeated. You always have the option to take your loot and run back to safety, because if you fall in combat, you drop most of the loot that you've gathered. This risk-reward system just clicks for me. There's a few different build types that you can lean into for each playthrough. Likewise, beating the final dungeon in fewer and fewer days is always a great goal to revisit. But I will say, Moonlighter, in a practical sense, is not an endless game. It's likely not going to be played forever. You'll get a few good runs out of it, and you'll enjoy yourself. But by run 3, 4, maybe 5, you'll have seen everything. While not a 100-hour obsession game, it's still worth multiple playthroughs and deserves to be on this list. Next up, we have Hero's Hour. While auto battlers aren't usually my thing, Hero's Hour adds great strategic depth into a game that forces you to think and lets you relax a little while playing. Combat is hectic and chaotic, you have some control over abilities, but mostly have to rely on preparation and strategy going in. With tons of customization from the map size to difficulty to the number of enemies, you can tailor each run however you see fit. There are plenty of heroes to unlock as well, with each faction having unique units and town structures, as well as each hero having different strengths. There's plenty to mess around with and keep you coming back. To wrap up this list, it's Vampire Survivors. If there was a game that exemplified the idea that a good time sink doesn't need to cost you an arm and a leg, Vampire Survivors is it. Just $5 and you get a fast-paced, chaotic game that makes you constantly feel like you're progressing. With flashy visuals, a great art direction, good sound design, and quick, repeatable loop, this game is tailor-made to keep you coming back for just one more play. I do want to make a quick mention that while the other 5 games are going to have links to the Humble Store in the description, you're not going to find one for Vampire Survivors. You have to go directly to Steam for this one. So no way to support the channel off of this one, but I couldn't make this list in good conscience without including it. As a matter of fact, Vampire Survivors is the game that made me want to make this list in the first place. So there you are, a list of 6 games, all under $20, that I've played for at least 20 hours and could see you getting even more than that out of it. Which of these games have you played, and which ones do you find yourself wanting to play next? I don't do these list videos very often, but if you like seeing them, let me know and maybe I can start making more. I also love getting ideas of games to cover from you all through these lists. If you want to join a community that revolves around the love of playing and replaying games, then subscribe to the channel for more. Regardless, I hope to see you again soon, and until then, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope that you know that you truly matter in this world. Take care.